Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Anderson. I'm part of the Akkodis North America IT and Engineering Services team, and I've been with Akkodis for over 17 years. I really appreciate this opportunity to MC this event and speak with all of you today. First, I'd like to welcome all of our guests to this LinkedIn Live panel discussion, where we'll be speaking with Akkodis IT and Engineering Services industry experts. The focus of our discussion will be how Akkodis is helping our clients navigate through their digital transformation journey in today's complex and constantly changing market. Some of you are wondering, who is Akkodis? Akkodis is a global IT and engineering services firm with a diverse range of IT and engineering capabilities to include technology modernization, business and IT transformation, and services optimization. As a trusted partner to thousands of clients globally, Akkodis excels in delivering tailored solutions and measurable results by providing the services our clients need to thrive in the dynamic smart industry world. Today, we have three industry experts with us with over 50 years of services experience joining our team. Let's please give a warm welcome to our panelists, Vinod Kumar, SVP of Akkodis North America, Raj Madhavan, VP of IT and Engineering Sales at Akkodis, and Hari Kannan, VP of our Akkodis Mobility vertical. Thank you all for being here with us today. Now, as we progress, we would invite the discussion to be as interactive as possible. So if you have any specific questions for our panelists, please post them in the comments section within the chat. Vinod, we'll kick the discussion off with you. Being that you've been in the IT services industry for several years advising customers through the digital transformation journey, can you walk us through the current landscape of the market?
Thanks, Josh. It's a pleasure to be here. In my time at Akkodis as the head of North America IT and Engineering Services, and prior to that, a couple of decades advising clients in their digital transformation journey, what I see is there isn't any company or board or C-suite that's not talking about digital transformation, right? Most companies or all of these companies have some sort of digital transformation initiative going on. What I see is the difference here across companies is that there are companies that are looking this as a IT initiative, right? Thinking about migrating their applications, their infrastructure into cloud, adopting SaaS. So IT becomes the core focus. But then digital transformation, as we all know, is not just about IT. IT is an enabler, right? It's about reimagining your business models, your go-to-market strategy, your product lines, your supply chain, all of that, and wrapping that around with a effective change management strategy to drive this, because it's about organization change management, people, process, technologies, all dimensions of that. So it's not to say that there are companies who have not done this successfully. A great example of that, I would say, is the retail industry. It's not too long back that we all, the industry consensus was that Amazon is going to wipe out all the brick and mortar, retailers, but that didn't happen. Not only didn't happen, you have many examples of retailers successfully doing very well in both top and bottom line. And the reason when we look at these successes is looking at digital transformation much more holistically. They looked at different channels to get to their clients, not just moving from brick and mortar to online, but also looking at, okay, how do I leverage the retail space I have to do curbside pickup and all of that, and also looking at the supply chain and where they're procuring these products and so on. Now, but always underpinning with the right technology strategy, right? So that's kind of the lay of the land for companies who are looking at, holistically and seeing the largest benefits of digital transformation. There are still companies who are stuck with siloed approach to this. It's kind of some sense of what I see the client landscape is today, Josh.
No, great points, Vinod. I appreciate you setting the stage for our discussion today. Raj, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
To you for our next point. Coming from your experience providing global IT and engineering solutions to customers in the past, can you give a few brief examples of some customer challenges that you've helped solve through this digital transformation process?
Absolutely. Once again, thanks everyone for joining us today. Like Vinod said, the digital transformation is a holistic journey, and dynamic. It's an ongoing process. Let me split the your question into two part, Josh. Right, one, and I'll talk about one of the industries in major transformation. After several decades, which is automotive and mobility industry. And Akkodis is an organization, we are really strong in that industry. So I'll talk about a little bit on how we are addressing that challenge. Right. Um, like many of you know that most of the vehicle car manufacturers, the OEMs, they're thinking on how to make the personalized vehicle. They're changing the way they manufacture the vehicle, sold and service those vehicles. Several tier one suppliers are also aligning towards the transformation which OEMs are going through today, right? And I keep hearing one of the tier one talks about experience per mile. That's stuck in my mind for the last few years now, than miles per gallon. So that's it's all about experience in the vehicle. A lot of things happening towards software-defined vehicle, electrification of it, autonomous, and all sort of new age technologies evolving. So that's one industry is going through major digital transformation per se. Recently, many of you have seen the videos and social media done by Ford CEO. He talked about that how complex the situation is within the legacy OEMs. Right, they need to work with 150 component providers. Every component provider has provided their own firmware, software, their IPs. It's really hard for them to integrate those and make any changes. Right. Obviously, they're following the path of Teslas and other new age automakers, that how they can vertically integrate so that they have full control on some of the things. They can make changes quickly and provide the personalized vehicle experience to the client. We as Akkodis, obviously we are part of those transformation journey with many of the automakers in the manufacturing industry. Help them in many ways. There are a couple of unique ways where we handle some of the public information. Like we build several joint venture with companies. One of the known joint ventures with Carrier, focus on autonomous and electrification. Right, we are part of the joint venture to help them transform quickly in what they're doing. Right. And several models like build, operate, transfer, because all it takes the people, right? And end of the day, digital transformation is enabled by people, process. It's a very vital part of this, right? And we are helping them accelerate those, bringing several engagement models, right? So those are a couple of examples. There are several examples we can talk through. Josh, over to you.
Raj, thank you for that. Vinod, can you add some more context to the challenges our clients face and also help our audience understand how Akkodis is positioned to provide solutions and value to our customers as they overcome these challenges?
Absolutely, right. So as Raj mentioned on my earlier comments, it's about having right people to drive this, right? The people across, again, multiple areas. So you need, I advise my clients, you are the best to know your business, right? But you need to have industry experts coming in and talking about what others are doing, how the competitive landscape is evolving, because more importantly, how the future is going to shape up in your industry. So you need the first piece of it is the industry experts to sit with you and advise you on reimagining your business. That's the first part. So you need people to do that, who are experts who can do that. Then comes to technology, right? So you need technical, solid technical experts to drive these technology transformations. So who are you competing with in this digital transformation? Most often it's the technology companies, right? The Googles, Facebooks, the Amazons of the world, and they have what they call as the 10x engineers. So you may not get to the 10x engineers, but you need really solid technical capabilities to drive this transformation. You need people who can drive this change management, people who can run these programs much more holistically, like we talked about. So people is the key. And that's where I think Akkodis differentiates ourselves very well, both in terms of how we, our industry experience and position ourselves, and the way our service lines come together. So let me give you some examples of that. On industry segments, we have, again, going back to Raj's comment, we have deep expertise in certain industries, and we operate at the intersection of the industry and the technology. So in terms of industry, you have automotive, manufacturing, aerospace, life sciences and healthcare, banking and financial services. So we bring in industry experts in that space, right? And then from a service line standpoint, we have 4 key service lines, right? So we have the services service line, which is about clients coming to us and say, hey, we have worked with you to understand, reimagine the business. Now we want you to take that and execute it on an end-to-end basis. Like you take full ownership, running the managed services, different models we work with clients on, deliver it from our global delivery centers, a combination of all of that, and then take this over and run it end to end. So that's the services business line. We have a solutions business line where we have pre-packaged, pre-built hardware and software solutions that helps clients to leapfrog and cut down their time to market. So that's a second service line. And the third one is academy, right? So the academy is very, very differentiated service line that I think we have unique capabilities that we take to our clients, which is about, as part of the digital transformation, we talked about what skill sets needs to change. So the internal employees of our clients, we are helping them to retrain them, right? Redeploy them, certify them in different technology and other skill sets. So that's the third one. And the fourth one is our core talent business, right? So which we have been doing for many, many years. We support our clients in finding the right talent, both on a permanent basis as full-time employees, as well as on temporary staffing basis. So these four service lines overlaid with the industry experience, I think we are uniquely positioned, that that's how we see success in our clients. Clients are seeing those digital transformation programs, see much better value working with us because of these factors, Josh.
Well, thank you, Vinod. Appreciate that, and appreciate you detailing the service lines and Akkodis's footprint. Hari, welcome to the conversation today. Can you elaborate for us how Akkodis is continuing to expand and invest in our global delivery footprint and how we're leveraging our global delivery centers to provide cost-effective solutions to our customers?
Thank you, Josh. That's a great question. First of all, a pleasure to be here, be part of this distinguished panel. Look, today, modern application development and the digital adoption across our clients, it requires a different set of talent. These are talent with cutting edge technical expertise. We not talked about 10x engineers, very, very strong technical expertise, strong domain expertise. It's the intersection is what our customers are looking for. Gone are the days where we recruit at scale in one or two geographies. Now the talent identifying and grooming a talent requires a very global approach. That's why Akkodis strategically identified about 10 different countries as our strategic global delivery centers. These are identified for its supply of talent, proximity to our clients, because we want our nearshore team also to participate and innovate with clients. We have innovation centers across these global delivery centers where we can host our customers and work on problems, work on ideas. And we also have low-cost options when our clients actually wants to scale the services at an optimal cost. Our global delivery centers today, they do some phenomenal and a very, very complex digital transformation projects. If you take the retail industry, we not talked about how that is transforming. There is a client of ours we are partnering with in their digital journey. Historically, they have actually hired from India-based software development teams for a long period of time. So over the last year and a half or so, we worked with them and we understood the new age digital adoption require a lot more interface with the business, a lot more same time zone coverage. So now we have built actually a large development team for them out of Mexico. At Mexico, we have a delivery center with thousands of digital cloud data analytics security experts work on number of similar projects. If you take a look at the automotive client base, some of our delivery centers, such as like Prague, Romania, and so forth, have robust physical infrastructure as well as the technical infrastructure. I mean, the technical expertise to partner with our clients to design, build, and also even actually manufacture in a small scale prototypes for our customers. If I take an example of the life sciences industry, our GDCs are capable of running biostatistics as a service for our biotech customers. We have these capabilities, and we work with number of large, actually, biotech companies supporting their advanced researchers. We also have validation service centers from our global delivery centers, and these help with customers adopt the UMDR changes. So similarly, on the telecom space, if I take another example, we have IoT command centers across multiple of our GDCs where we use our AI and ML algorithms to optimize and monitor those endpoints and manage them better. I want to come to India specifically, right? India is a strategic center for us. Today, we have presence in Bangalore, Gurgaon, and also some tier two cities such as Vizag. We just recently opened a center in Chennai. Our goal is to scale our India team to about 10,000 plus in the next year and a half or so. And in India, we already have actually some of center of excellences such as cloud, digital, automotive, AI, ADAS, and so forth. And we are building on more and more center of excellences and scale actually in India. Wherever we deliver our services from, our front office client interfacing team orchestrate the delivery end-to-end seamlessly for our customers. So therefore, the GDCs and the network of various centers and capabilities brings a very unique value proposition for our clients. Josh, hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you, Hari. I appreciate the detail. Vinod, Hari mentioned one topic that I know is very passionate one for you in generative AI, especially today with all the buzz in the industry. Can you elaborate on how Akkodis is investing in and adopting Gen AI solutions while looking to use this new tech to provide value to our customers?
Sure. I think it's needless to say there's a lot of buzz, a lot of hype around this. But I think that's the case with any new technologies in the early stages of your S curve, right? There's a lot of hype around it. But I think most of us would have in some form or shape used Gen AI tools like OpenAI, Chat GPT, and so on. I think we will know that though there is a lot of hype, the power of this technology is real. This is real stuff, right? And this is going to change how we do our jobs in our professional lives and also personal lives. Okay, so behind all this hype, I see significant opportunity there. And the good news is, Akkodis, we invested into these technologies way ahead of time. Primarily because, as you know, most of this early adoption of AI, ML kind of technologies, it was in the automotive space, in the ADAS, in the autonomous driving space. So what we are doing is we are taking those investments and those use cases and early learnings and adopting it for other business, other industries, right? The big value proposition that I see in the industry is taking this power of these technologies and pushing it down to enterprises, right? How do we take this power and solve business problems for large and small enterprises? I think there's a significant opportunity that we see, and that's where the early investments and the approaches that we took is helping us to scale that. Okay, so you will see in the immediate future, you'll see a lot of our investments around this space, a lot of use cases that we will talk to our clients about, and much more broadly about what we can do to help our clients in this space. Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. Thank you. Interesting point you referenced about our experience specifically with AI in the automotive industry. Raj, since you've been heavily involved in the automotive industry for the past several years, can you elaborate on a few examples of how Akkodis is using AI technology to add value within this vertical?
Sure, absolutely. I think Gen AI, like Vinod mentioned, it's a buzzword today, and you never know. We might have Gen AI bot for next, as one of the panelists, the discussion with us in the future, right? You never know. I think it's a booming field. So, like Vinod mentioned, so AI is something we are heavily investing for the last 7-8 years or even more. And one of the use cases visible to people they can touch and feel is autonomous vehicle, right? So any autonomous systems and autonomy. Though we are still very early stage in full autonomy vehicle development, because the companies are working on a lot of challenges, right? So handling human behaviors, like now you never know how the pedestrian will behave when you're driving the vehicle, autonomous vehicle, right? And weather conditions, right, and ethical dilemmas is a big topic. It's really hard for these autonomous systems to take a decision based on the ethical dilemma, right? So those are all very advanced things. Many companies are working and solving the problem. And we as Akkodis, we obviously talked about several service lines. One of the things we focus on building our own solutions. We do have our own autonomy stack, which can support level 4 plus autonomous, working with several commercial tracking companies to bring some of the use cases. We also, Hari talked about several ways we are part of this transformation journey with our customers globally using our global delivery centers. We are actually solving some of the complex problems, right? Building algorithms, AI algorithms, to identify speed bumps, potholes, traffic light patterns, and a lot of complex systems we are building using our global delivery centers. And I think I did mention about how we leverage our LATAM and Mexico as another big area of focus. We have talents available globally, which we tap and support this AI transformation. And again, like Vinod said, it's a very passionate topics for all of us. And Akkodis is definitely investing heavily into the space. Probably we'll be launching some solutions and frameworks in coming days. Over to you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Raj. Hari, Vinod mentioned earlier how change management is a critical component of digital transformation success. Can you share some detail of your experience and how Akkodis creates customized change management plans for their clients' success?
Absolutely, Josh. Having been there and done it a few times, the digital transformation initiatives, they won't be successful if we don't understand the impact it's going to create to the stakeholders across various departments within our customers. A lot of times what happens with this digital transformation is there are two things. One, there will be a set of new talent, infusion of new talent from outside that will come into our client organization. Also, the consultants will come and support that change. As the digital transformation start rolling out, there will be a creative destruction of existing workflows. They'll be challenged. They will be constructively destructed over a period of time. Also, there will be a breakdown of organization silos. So what it means is the ways of working for number of stakeholders within our client organizations will change. The people who they will work with may change as well, right? A failure to have a comprehensive organization communication management strategy will not only create attrition and loss of talent, but also actually even create low adoption for the transformation in itself. So therefore, our OCM framework, it's an end-to-end framework, very adaptable and customizable to our customer needs, helps customer tailor the communication requirements for a digital transformation project. And it can be an internal stakeholder, external stakeholder. It's very, very effective, right? I can take one case in point, one example, right? We are partnering with a customer in trucking industry, and currently we're going through a massive digital transformation that touches the IT part of it, the business process part of it, the after sales support part of it, and the customer relationship aspect of it. We are transforming with digital, mobile, data analytics, AI, ML, and so forth. It's a big change for the company. As part of that, we are breaking down a lot of organization silos, and we have a very, very effective OCM strategy that actually, in the last year and a half or so, it ensured that we are able to take people along. All the stakeholders feel they are involved. They understand why the transformation is taking place, and what value is it in it for them, for the end customers. So it's been really, really effective, and everybody is fully on board to support it. That's just one example of how Akkodis OCM framework, organization communication management framework, help customer navigate through a complex change as part of the digital transformation journey. Hope that answers the question, Josh.
Yeah, thank you for that input, Hari. We appreciate all of you shedding some light on the challenges of digital transformation within these organizations and how Akkodis can assist businesses in overcoming them. It's clear that Akkodis' domain expertise, vast talent acquisition network, program and change management expertise make us a valuable partner in driving these successful digital transformation journeys. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the importance of identifying and selecting the right collaboration and partnerships as a digital service provider. Vinod, can you talk about how Akkodis goes about ensuring the right domain expertise and the right partnerships for the custom fit customer solution?
No, absolutely. So, look, these digital transformation, as we have been talking about, requires it's a significant change, right? So you can't have, as a client, I advise them to make sure that they're looking for a partner, not a vendor, right? There's a big difference between both, right? People who can look at the larger picture and drive this and not look at short-term revenue gains, right? So companies that can look at more skin in the game as part of the digital transformation, right? Because some of the things that the digital transformation drives is benefit that will come few months, few years down the line, not immediate, right? So look for partners who are really putting the skin in the game to drive to the end outcome and not just output, right? So what can you deliver as an outcome, and therefore you're willing to put the skin in the game. So that's one part of it, and therefore you need to really look at partners than vendors, to my point. The other is you need to look at companies who can bring these capabilities to the table, right? We talked about domain experience and expertise, industry experience, technology experience, and so on. You need to look at companies which can bring that. And I think that, we talked about quite a bit on how Akkodis is uniquely positioned in the intersection of industry and technology. And the last bit of that is today, as you adopt some of these newer technologies, specifically Gen AI, let's take that as a case in point here. You're, as a service provider, and many of our peers look at it this way in the sense that that's going to have a short-term dip into your revenue, right? So look for partners who are willing to a large extent even cannibalize their own revenue for today in the larger industry of helping clients. That's a very, very big decision criteria for our clients. We advise them to be looking at that way, because if you don't look at it that way, then you're looking at partners who are trying to maximize the existing book of business and not trying to take a cut on that, because there is going to be a drop in the revenue because of all these automations and so on. And then maybe look at opportunities down the line. So these three variables I would think is key, and therefore partnership of service players is very, very, very critical for our clients as they go through the digital transformation journey. I think that's where Akkodis, again, I want to highlight a couple of points. There is what Raj and Hari mentioned, right? We are doing joint ventures with our clients, because these are things which we are willing to go and build along with our clients. We are doing joint development of products in our delivery center that Hari talked about. So we take our clients here, we jointly build stuff, whether it's products, new business models, and so on, and then we go jointly to the market. So there are many ways we are trying to address this space, including very conscious effort to look at, okay, Gen AI, what that means today, what it means 6 months down the line, 12 months down the line, maybe 3 years down the line. And I see many reports that talk about, in the past, we have been talking about automation. It's nothing new, RPAs and so on, but Gen AI is different. This means that in the past, we could do a 3-year, 5-year deal. We promised like 30, 40, 50% reduction in cost. Now it could be 60, 70% over the 5 years period because of what Gen AI promises. So look for all these kind of variables in your partners, or criteria in your partners to select them, and not just look at more of a pricing and a very vendor-based approach. That's my advice to my clients. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. Thank you. It's an excellent illustration of the power of the right collaboration and partnerships. Akkodis is focused on providing the best solutions to our customers, and our approach allows us to be flexible in that, for the benefit of our partners and customers for sure. Well, thank you, Raj and Hari and Vinod, for sharing your valuable advice. Collaboration and partnerships are indeed crucial for successful digital transformation. Let's move on and take a few questions from our audience. I'll start with the first one, Vinod. This one's for you. You referred to modern application development leading to demand for LATAM talent. Can you elaborate?
Sure. Look, I think Harry touched upon that as well, right? In the in the past, most of the application development used to be in the waterfall method, like many years back, right? So where you could build the requirements here in North America or in Europe, ship it over to India, Philippines, countries, low cost countries like that. They code it, they do a great job, then ship it back. We could do that, well in that kind of a model. But what has happened in the last few years is really about agile, real-time application development models, right? So that requires, real-time collaboration. You have single pod of self-contained pod of developers, scrum masters, testers, all together, working together. And that requires, like I said, real-time collaboration. I mean, there are many ways we have solved it, and done it well from Eastern Europe and India and so on. But there are clients who come to us and say, yeah, that model works, but can you create something which is real-time work, but at the same time save cost? So that value proposition of real-time work and saving cost is clearly putting LATAM countries in a very unique advantage here because of the time zone, right? So we see this modern application development, digital transformation leading to substantial interest in talent from and solutions from LATAM countries. Harry talked about the huge growth that we are seeing in Mexico. Similarly, we see that in Colombia, in Brazil, of our delivery centers. A lot of that is driven by the modern need to have the real-time collaboration in modern digital transformation, application transformation, and so on. So that's kind of summary of what I would say is the growth we see in LATAM and clients how they can tap into the experience and the global delivery centers that we have in these countries.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. Thank you. Next question we have: what are the key factors companies should consider for successful digital transformation within the manufacturing industry? Raj, will you take this one?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a great question. Looks like a lot of manufacturing folks joined in today's live event. So it's not. There are four main pillars, probably. Typically, I'm just trying to summarize what we discussed in the last 30 minutes or so, right? So, I think four key factors, irrespective of the industry, doesn't matter whether manufacturing or finance or any other segment. The key parameters the companies are looking for based on our experience engaging with several customers. So they have to have a clear strategy on the goals, right? They have to the customer, the enterprise need to align with their business goal. That's a very fundamental, basic thing for any digital transformation. The second thing is on today's world, it's all about data, right? How you manage the data management aspect of it, right? So the data plays a heart of any of the digital transformation initiative. The third thing is on a little bit on what Hari talked about on the change management, right? So when you bringing this changes in the organization, for the digital transformation, the key things you need to take care of the people, the process, the mindset of it. We are actually working with several clients that how you can bring the IT organization and the product development organization together and create a newer organization, right? So that needs a significant mindset change on that. So the change management plays a very important role. The fourth and the last point, key pillar or factor for any of the transformation is on the collaboration and integration. There has to be, they have to foster collaboration between departments, people, the supply chain, the partners, the entire ecosystem. So they have to collaborate and play together towards the end goal, right? I think that those are the four fundamental key factors for any digital transformation aspect of it, irrespective of the industry. But I think somebody was asking about the manufacturing side. So in addition to this fundamental foundation, obviously from the technology aspect of it, now how we can bring the Internet of Things, Internet of Everything, IoT side of it, bringing cloud computing and connectivity, robotics and automation, AI we talked about, cyber security and continuous improvement is another key thing, right? So it varies a little bit, based on different industries. But manufacturing is like I said, in a major transformation phase. All of these technical blocks, the pillars will enable this digital transformation, and we are significantly seeing very often with most of our clients, how we can come and help them on bring this automation aspect of it, how we can bring the IT and OT together. Now, the IT and OT integration is the critical aspect, right? How we're enabling them to use the data and improve the efficiency and improve the process, and by which they can launch products very quickly, and with high quality to the client. Increase the customer satisfaction aspect of it. So so we are playing very critical role on all of this aspect I touched upon. We can talk for every industry in a very detailed manner, but I think with a high level, probably I try to answer covering the holistic view, Josh.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Raj. I think that covers, again, the approach and some of the focuses that we take. So that concludes our time today, and I'll wrap up with just 4 key takeaways from our discussion. The first is, as Vinod had mentioned, digital transformation can take many forms within different industries, different companies, or verticals. The successful digital transformation journeys can mean different things to each individual company, and it's important to take a holistic approach with each client, customer, and scenario. Akkodis' approach is to focus on all of the 4 critical aspects: the people, the technology, the process, and the change management. As a trusted partner, Akkodis is uniquely positioned to successfully guide our clients through the digital transformation journey by utilizing our 4 key offerings: domain knowledge and expertise, our consulting and services capabilities, our talent services and recruiting pipeline and vast span across the globe, and of course the Akkodis Academy as well, that Vinod had referenced. Along with our global delivery models and structure as we ever expand into new markets and new regions within the globe to identify and attract the talent needed for our clients. And lastly, it's obviously particularly important when navigating through a digital transformation initiative to understand and utilize the value of collaboration and the power of partnerships. As we wrap up today, I'd like to thank all of our attendees for joining us. If we did not get to your question in the live session, we documented all of them and will ensure one of our subject matter experts follows up with a direct response. I'd like to thank our panelists, Vinod, Raj, and Hari, for their valuable contributions. Your expertise and experience have shed light on the challenges of digital transformation and how Akkodis can assist businesses in overcoming them. With a comprehensive range of services, domain expertise, and a commitment to collaboration, Akkodis is a valuable partner for organizations embarking on their digital transformation journey. By leveraging our capabilities and collaborating effectively, businesses can navigate the complexities of digital transformation and achieve their goals more effectively. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope the information shared will guide you through successful digital transformations. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Josh, for hosting.